Alright, so, a while back I did a video talking about, like, a Transformer story based off of the Blockies figures I have collected. Well, here's a more updated version of that story, which I thought it would be kind of fun to talk about. Just kind of an overview, really, of the series. So, let's get started with the video. So the story basically is that this kind of starts out like how you would expect Transformers to go, where the Autobots and Decepticons, the Ark and the Nemesis went to war, but the ships were too damaged. Essentially, during the fight, Optimus, in a last-ditch effort to destroy Megatron, crashed the Ark into the Nemesis, and the ships were both going down into pieces. The only way to save both Autobots and Decepticons was everyone going into stasis pods and launched to the planet below, where they stayed, all separated and scattered throughout the world. So, fast forward to present day, and one pod during a correct construction site is dug up, but before the government can come in, that bot managed to escape. That bot in question was Ratchet. So Ratchet is now like he scans like an ambulance and is now looking for his lost Autobot brethren. And he also finds eventually like the remnants of the Ark in Mount somewhere near Mount St. Hilary, and he basically is like, oh my god, I can use this to find my lost siblings, not siblings, but my lost brethren. So Ratchet is now like using Teletran to try to find the others, and he thinks he found one life pod out there in the world and goes to save it, but it turns out that wasn't an Autobot, that was Decepticon Thundercracker. So Thundercracker is freed, but also there was a second pod, and that one reveals it was Inferno. So Inferno and Ratchet managed to fight off Thundercracker, but at the same time, the government kind of caught wind of this, and Ratchet and Inferno had to like make a deal to help find their other Autobots if they could trade technology and also help them fight the Decepticons. The army agrees, and this becomes a new continuity version of Nest. So Thundercracker is on his own, and keep in mind, Ratchet and Inferno are warrior Cybertronians, but they're not fighters. They're a combat medic and a search and rescue Autobot. So Thundercracker is a soldier, but he's not exactly smart. Eventually, things get worse when Thundercracker does find Hook, while the Autobots find Sideswipe. Eventually, Hook and Thundercracker have to work past their differences, because like Thundercracker's like, look, I lost my brothers are missing and your brothers are missing too. We don't gotta like each other. We just gotta work together on this. So shut up and help. So meanwhile, the Autobots are also looking for others. They find Hound, they find Blue Streak, and yeah, so it's so they found a total of 5 Autobots. The problem is, though, the Decepticons have been discovering other Decepticons faster. Not to mention, like, old Cybertronian weapons and Energon caches. But eventually it gets bad to worse when, they find Sunstorm. The next Decepticon they found was Sunstorm, who's all about the Decepticon cause on a religious level. And Thundercracker had to keep, it was just him, Sunstorm, and Hook. It was just like, look, Jesus, we gotta, I'm trying my best here. Eventually they discover Acid Storm, and they discover Starscream and Tarn. Now, Starscream in this continuity, he's not like the spineless coward. He is actually like a competent leader. He's actually like a feared competent leader, and he's also, like, he's still got, like, a silver tongue to him, but, like, he's not, like, an idiot. He's actually, like, a person to be feared. Tarn is the leader of the Decepticon Justice Division and becomes Starscream's number 2, although him and Tarn are at odds. And finally, for the Decepticon side, there is Flatline, but it's a little different. See, like I said, these were based off of the Blockies, they were basically based off of Blockies, and those figures have the Shattered Glass figures. And one of those I pulled was Shattered Glass Ratchet. So basically, in this story, what it is is that in this storyline, one of the life pods turns out to be one of Shockwave's experiments that was jettisoned long ago. And it's basically revealed that Ratchet was abducted by Shockwave and cloned by him because Shockwave loved his cloning experiments. So what had essentially happened was that one of those was Ratchet, who then reveals the evil Ratchet, like the Shattered Glass one. But the Decepticons take him in because they need a medic, and that Ratchet changes his name to Flatline. Obviously, a reference to the to the Decepticon. So now there's 7 Decepticons and only 5 Autobots, and the Decepticons are a little more well put together, even if Tarn and Starscream are at odds. The Autobots are kind of going through it, because while, they're all working together as a cohesive team, even more so than the Decepticons, they don't have a chief scientist, they don't have a leader, and they don't have, they don't have enough resources, even if they're working with Nest. They are outgunned, and their human relationship is tenuous at best. Meanwhile, the Decepticons are, searching desperately for, Megatron. And while at the same time, obviously, the Autobots are searching desperately for Optimus. The thing is, though, even though Starscream swears that they'll find Megatron if he's still alive, the thing is, he's got a weapon on him that everyone was like, oh shit, where'd you get that? And Starscream's like, oh, I found it among the Energon caches. That is Megatron. That's Megatron trapped in a gun mode, and he's not letting anyone know that that's Megatron. That gun is Megatron trapped in his gun mode the whole time. So, yeah, so the Autobots are desperately trying to find Bumblebee, Optimus, the others, and things like that. While the Decepticons are, while they're fractured, they're more of a united front, and they outnumber the Autobots. So there you go, guys. That's pretty much the... I'll probably extend this story more when I get more figures, because, again, it's just a fun, stupid idea I kind of thought up. But anyway, you guys tell me in the comments below, what do you guys think of this? Comment below, let me know. Other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.